Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. We just saw Red lose.
Yeah, sorry. CVZ can be quite volatile.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Zane won. That's what happens. Zane's a good ZVZ player.
Yeah, he is.
No question about it.
Absolutely.
And that it's kind of reminded me of Rhett's StarCraft 1 career. Like, this was always the matchup that killed him when he came to Korea was ZVZ. You know, he would just dominate the ZVP and ZVT, and then ZVZ was just like this hard thing for him. But eventually he overcame it in StarCraft 1. Maybe he can overcome it in StarCraft 2.
Yeah. We're going to introduce our next players. Put them up on screen. By the way, I did talk to Red. He said he always drones heavy on that first map that we saw, that surprising loss. So he didn't expect Zane to attack that early. It's too bad. On to our next two players. Over here in the left booth, we have Ppippi.
That's right. He's got his nice collar coming out of his team shirt.
Got a classy look to him.
Yeah. He went to the round of 32 in Season 2, taking out Suzanne, and then losing to Rainbow from Startail. He's a pretty good Protoss, actually. I've played him up 4,000 times in ZVP. Guy seems to always be on in the mornings when I'm playing. Good player. He's going to be taking on, though, one of the much better players.
It's Loner, who is unconscious, but will soon wake up.
Yeah, he's actually very sick today. Very, very, very sick today.
Loner, I hope he's okay, actually. I'm a little worried about him.
He's
yeah, I heard he was actually quite ill.
He is.
That was actually a bit worrisome.
He's actually still got his head down.
I hope he's
he was
okay.
actually, he looked like that when I first walked. Oh, head one up. Okay.
All right, he's alive. We saw movement.
He's like, oh,
movement
it's time.
there on our preview screen.
I was actually getting a little nervous because
I know.
Before we started the show, I walked by and saw him like that, and so I went and asked him, is he all right today?
He looked ghostly
yeah.
when we saw him backstage.
That's too bad, man.
I know.
Because he's actually a legit player. He's a player that if he had been in Korea longer, I feel like, maybe he would have made it into COS.
I think
he tried
so.
out only twice.
Oh, by the way, greetings to our Chinese viewers. I'm sure a lot of you guys have joined us today. Thank you so much for making the time to come down here and support Loner here at GOM TV. And please spread the word in China. Tell people to check this awesome show out. But enough about that. Time for the maps.
Right, we have Scrap Station, Blistering Sands, and Zell Naga Caverns. PP took out Delta Quadrant because Protosses don't like that map against Terran for some reason. Loner took out Jungle Basin because that is a kind of hard map against Protoss.
Yep.
Now, Scrap Station, that is a pretty fine map. There can be some good harassment by Terran there. And the ramp is a little bit wider, so some rush builds can be scary. So we're going to have to look out for that. But Loner is really, really good at macro, so who knows if he'll rush. We're going to start the game, though.
Countdown's begun. Brace yourself. And we have... Nope, Loner's 6, so his computer is loading a little bit slower.
Yep.
And when it's loaded, we're going to get this underway. Okay, in the blue. Nope, in the red. We have our Protoss player coming or representing Korea.
I am Ppippi.
Here's a shot of him now. Team Incredible Miracle with players like I'm Nesty. Down here in the blue, our player from China, probably the best player from China. He is called
Loner.
Loner.
We and Prime made some little deals where they wear each other's tags and help each other out. And a nice little sign there for Loner. I cannot read Chinese, though. I'm sorry.
It's too bad.
No.
We can read Korean.
Yep.
No Chinese.
Not Chinese. Not yet.
Maybe this weekend I'll brush up on that. And, no problem.
No problem? I think it might be a little bit
I've
hard.
heard it's a cinch,
Oh, yeah? Well.
That and, learning how to surf, no problem,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd like to learn how to surf.
I would love to learn how to do that. We have a barracks on the way. And we have a gateway on the way. So, pretty standard openers. Protoss Scouts first.
And that's... Looks like they might actually... They might high five.
There's going to be a worker high five. Get ready. Here it comes, and
bam!
Bam.
Wow, they even did a chest bump there, Tasteless. I can't believe people still chest bump in the future. It's like so dumb.
Chest bumping is pretty ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
By the way, I want to just take a moment and once again thank our Chinese viewers for tuning in.
Yeah.
Artosis and I have both commentated and competed in Chinese esports tournaments, and we love going there. We've been to Shanghai and Chengdu.
Yeah.
And we were treated very well there by the people in China. So thank you. Please spread the word down there about the GSL. We would love to have you guys join us here.
Yeah. So I'm Ppippi should be taking a second gas about now. If he doesn't end up taking it, that's going to point us towards an expansion build because you simply don't have enough gas to do anything but make Zealots. So I definitely expect to see that. Yeah, it really looks like Ppippi, still no gas, so interesting. On the other hand, Loner just making a couple barracks, keeping on one gas himself, which is fine.
Loner's pretty tough to play against. He's somebody that, while sometimes not everything's going right for him, he's doing so much at once that it usually gets the player off beat.
It's quite true. Actually, he's a player that's truly evolved as well, Tasteless.
Yeah.
I mean, during the beta, he was very cheesy, did a lot of all-in type strategies, and nowadays, he's actually one of the better macro Terrans. Really very strong at macro in the season that we could see him play. Impressively so, in fact. So he's someone who can play any type of game against you.
And those are really the toughest guys to play against. The ones that can do it all.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
Fast Nexus. This could be pretty bad against what Loner's doing.
Yeah, it certainly could. It's kind of dangerous, and in fact, it looks like Ppippi is...
Is he trying to fake it, to make it look like it's a 4-gate with the pylon?
It looks like, and his Stalker not even coming up. This is such weird play.
I don't actually get it. Cancels.
Yeah, I think he was faking it, and Loner even does make the bunker. I'm surprised, though, because...
He's going to get in?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
It's actually a big deal. Oh, you kidding me? You get that in there and you don't micro it every second?
Oh,
what?
Come on.
What?
The probe's like, you know what?
Such a big deal to get that
tired.
in there. He could have seen everything in the base. That is a shame. Anyways, Loner starting to move out, and he should know that there's an expansion going on because he saw that there was only one gas for Protoss. Protoss cannot do anything off one gas but take a Nexus. It's such a gas-heavy race, especially early on, till you get those really good upgrades for the Zealots.
Now, the Protoss does have a Sentry that's not going to be very helpful. Actually, Sentry is probably one of the least useful units early game on this map.
It is very wide.
It's like there's a lot. It's not exactly going to block off a key choke point.
You're going to have to...
Compared to like Zelnanga Caverns or whatever.
Yeah, he might be able to do a little something with it. He does have 3 sentries up, so he should have enough force fields to at least once engage how he wants. And warping in some more units. Will he be able to hold on here?
All right, I don't know if that was actually that... Oh, well, take it back, actually.
Looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Losing his sentries, though. More and more Marauders and Marines coming up. And, of course, Marauders and Marines going to do quite well against just Stalkers. So
nice micro here.
Yeah.
The bunker's done. Like, in the future, yes, it is.
And from there, it's going to be just so hard for Ppippi to actually hold on.
Now, I want to point out this bunker kind of cuts off the gateways in the main and the Nexus, so he can go attack the main, and if the guy tries to reinforce, he can move back. However, it looks like Loner's decided maybe I should just back off and play it safe.
Yep, it looks like that is quite true, Tasteless, but he has made a command center in the meantime, so he's going to go ahead and just have his expansion up as well. You know, it is a long distance to travel, but he did some decent damage. He took down a lot of units, a lot of those very expensive sentries. You do not want to lose your sentries early on. You want to keep them alive all game if at all possible because there's such a gas sink. You don't want to have to remake them. At a time like this, see this? He's remaking his sentries. If he still had those original sentries, He could be doing all sorts of tech, Tasteless. Anything he wants. You Void Ray? Okay, there you go. Void Ray. You want Observers? There you go. Okay, Colossus upgrades? Whatever.
Wow.
Whatever. Those are cost a lot of gas, man.
Now you're staying with 4 barracks. You got to be careful because mass infantry is not always effective on maps where everything is this narrow.
Yeah, it's certainly a map where you can abuse choke points.
Yeah.
You know, both through force fields on the little choke points and Psy Storms and Colossus, all that good stuff. But Loner will pick his spots, I think, you know? Just pick exactly where he wants to actually engage. And another probe makes it all the way by. These probes are pretty crazy. Loner apparently using way too many move commands. Normally, there are circumstances where you use a move command, but normally you always just put on attack move.
Yeah, because that way
Stuff
it
like
takes
that
care
will
of
never
itself.
happen. Yeah. If you just put on moves, sometimes you see like these terrible situations that occur.
He's moving in again. I question if he's going to go for the rocks. Nope.
And it is looking like on the production tab, we do have a robotics bay being made. So Colossus going to be the tech of choice for Ppippi. That can be dangerous to do off of 2 base because your economy just doesn't really want to support such an expensive unit.
Yeah, he's going to have to get Vikings right away. Vikings are obviously the counter to Colossus, but they're also great on a map like this against Colossus because you have this big chasm in the middle, which you can use, and the Vikings can just sit back and fire from major distance.
That is very true, Tasteless. You really can just wing around to certain sides and hit those Colossus very hard. Protoss has to keep an eye, if they are going Colossus, on where your Vikings actually are and stay away from them.
Now remember, Loner is sick. Hopefully that medevac has enough energy to heal him after this game. This timing attack is set up to hit just before the Colossus comes out. You know what, Probe? You got lucky. The Colossus is coming.
And we do have the attack going on. A lot of force fields going on. Those Zealots pounding the front row. But Ppippi doesn't have a whole lot more after those run out.
I think he's going to get in there. If he could just stem one more time and dart towards the expansion, it's going to be bad.
Oh, looks like he's going to go after these Stalkers. Stalkers not so good alone against Marine Marauder medevac. And by not so good, I mean they probably won't kill anything.
Loner darts back. He might have to take out some probes with a back shot. Nope.
I tell you what, he probably could have, but I love that he didn't.
He's playing it safe. He's doing a good job. There's going to be a drop over here, probably at the Nexus. Probably. And as you can see, more Vikings are coming out here.
Yep. Dropship just trying to do a little bit of harassment. Now, right now the supplies are 80 to 110 with Loner in the lead. Ppippi really getting outclassed so far this game. I love that Loner actually pulls back. He's like, well, my stuff's injured, my medevacs are low. I got well ahead there. You know what I think I'll do, Tasteless? I'm not going to try to kill him. I'm going to try to get more ahead.
Here comes a drop. They stem, take out some probes. He's going to pick this up quite quickly and manage to get away.
See? Look at that. He gets more ahead. Kills a couple probes, gets out of there. What's up?
Now the Viking count is pretty high. Actually, no, it isn't. There's only 2. I thought that medevac was a Viking for a minute.
He is making a lot more Vikings now.
Drop is getting chased back. And Protoss is stuck. Terran might even want to expand again here.
Yeah, I think that he's most likely, Loner should be taking a 3rd base pretty soon here. Now, we may see him just try to hit a timing attack with his Vikings to just kill off Ppippi. You know, he's getting a decent amount. He does have the 2 starports pumping.
Okay, here's what he's going to do. He's going to drop back here. He may even want to go for the Robo Bay, or he can go for probes. And then this is going to make the army relocate. Now he can attack at the front. He scans. Ain't nothing there.
Gets into a nice position. Well, the Protoss army is way far away.
Now he's got to stem. He's got to do this just perfectly.
Spreading out the Marauders a little bit there.
Takes out.
Targets down those Colossus. One is down.
And and now the second one is almost gone. That's gonna be a GG. I do believe he can land the Vikings if he wants.
Yep.
Well, yep. That's all she wrote. GG.
I am Ppippi dying there pretty badly. A very sick
Jesus,
loner.
this guy is cold. Oh my God!
That guy's about ready to just vomit.
I feel terrible for this guy.
Well, Loner is actually a great player. Ppippi's pretty good, but Loner is actually a truly great player. He's the best Chinese player.
Oh, yeah.
I would say bar none, best Chinese player. One of the best non-Koreans. One of the best players just overall in the entire world. So he is really actually outclassed.
I mean, he was eliminated by Slayer's Boxer in Season 3. To give you guys some perspective.
Season 2.
Season 2, excuse me. So, wow. I'm a little worried about this guy, man.
He's really sick.
He's sicker than
he's showing.
We've been.
He's showing his
casts.
stars, Tasteless. He's showing us that he can do this even if he's sick. He's showing his true level. Well, not his true level of play, but his true level of himself, Tasteless. He's like,
wow.
I am actually so good that even when I'm sick and not playing at my best, I can beat you in Ppippi.
Now, Loner wants to win this next game because he's sick. He probably wants to go back to bed.
He wants to get out of here.
He does not want to be here in the Golem studio. We do have his booth nice and heated, so he's not too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you're warm, too, if you're watching this,
Yeah, you don't ever want to be cold.
Turn up the heat on your electric blanket. Being cold is terrible. Although, you know what? It's actually better to die to freeze to death than... I'll get back to that in a minute. Let's get ready.